Hey guys, so in this video I've got sort of bad news but also really good news. The first thing is, I'll start with the bad news. My Berserker project is actually not going to happen because the way I had to put the Titan tank in, the firing pin was going to be behind the trigger, so there was no way for me to link it or anything. So I was going to have to put the handle way back or loop it around a nail or something, and I tried doing that and it didn't work, so that project's not happening. Another bad thing is my shot blast Longstrike. The tank in that, I'm not sure why, but it isn't performing as well, so I'm going to probably take that out, or I already did take it out, but I'm going to try and fix that and use it for something else, possibly the Berserker project. But if you haven't watched my video on the Berserker project, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. So if you haven't, go check that out. But once again, I will not be doing those projects, but I actually combine them into this. It is a Titan Longstrike sniper rifle, which some of you just cringed if you ban Titans from wars. I don't ban Titans from my wars as long as they're not CPVC singled, because I got hit with one of those and it kills. And it was with, I actually used to use slugs, like just went out, I actually used to use slugs with screws screwed into them so that the pointy end was in the foam just for weight, and that was mostly for shooting at things. And my friend was like, oh come on, it can't hurt that bad. So I shot him and he was like, "Ah!" And I didn't believe it hurt that bad, so I let him shoot me, and this was from like 50 feet away, and it actually cut my back. So it hurt a lot. But don't know how I got on that subject. Oh yeah, with the single Titan. I don't allow CPVC single Titans just because they use the Steffens and they're way too powerful. I do allow PVC single Titans that shoot like taggers, whistlers, suction darts. Those are fine by me at my work because they don't hurt at all because of the rubber tips, unless you shoot really close. But yeah. So I'm just going to go over what I did. I actually drilled out this whole part of the Longstrike body just to fit the tank in because the tank was too wide, and I stabilized it with E-tape, and then I put hot glue in it so it would stay, and then I took the tape off. I just put the hot glues in so it would stay when I opened it, and then I epoxy puttied it, and then I taped it again. And if I need to open this, then I can just cut it right there. And the epoxy putty is just fine. The tank was a little pointed down, so I used the tape to point it back up a little. And then I epoxy puttied a 1/2-inch PVC coupler on here, and that's on real good. Going back, it's the same thing as my Longstrike shot blast gun, except for this was my old pump from what I used to use for air guns. So this was lying in my basement, and it was actually just the tire valve end part that was messed up because it got messed up. So I just cut that, and it actually fit perfectly over the Titan nozzle. And then I linked it with a guitar cable to a keyring trigger, as you see there. I still have this thing to hold darts. I'm actually planning to, I got from the Dollar Tree, I got this really powerful 3 LED mag light, and so I'm actually going to put this in there, or put that in this, so it's going to look awesome. And I will paint this too. I'm not going to leave this tank all like this and the epoxy putty like that. I'll paint it, I just haven't got around to it, and I'm not going to leave it flat black. Well, I guess I could since the barrel is orange, but I just don't want to. And the reason I replaced it with this pump, I actually cut off this handle too, so it's just one handle, and it looks cooler and it's easier to pump and doesn't get in the way of the gun. What was I just saying? yeah, the pump, it takes 3 pumps to completely fill the Titan tank. And that is really loud because I'm in my garage and it's echoing. But it only takes 3 pumps, 4 pumps at the absolute max, while the regular Titan pump took about 20 pumps or 30 pumps. So this thing is really, really, really good. If anybody's seen SG Nerf's modular PVC tank, or not tank, turret, I'm going to make one of those for this. I have to order PETG, and instead of nesting it in conduit, or however you say that pipe, I'm actually going to nest it in PVC pipe. And the pump's really strong, so I have it actually further than the stock out here, and it's still just as comfy. You can't tell the difference. And I have a tightening ring here, tightening ring here, and tightening ring here, just so it completely stays tightened down. So it's not going anywhere. So yeah, and then I covered this little part with the guitar string that was exposed, the sharp end. Cover that with E-tape so it doesn't poke my finger. So yeah, I made a 1/2-inch coupler for the rocket barrel so it could fit that on. I still have the rocket. This was the one I got off eBay. Really, really like the rocket. Forgot how much fun it was to fire. And as you can see, it's really, really powerful, and it actually gives you a little kick. And give it some. Okay, haha, Dad. Alright, so my dad actually put a padlock, I guess I don't need it, put a padlock on his toolbox. So, don't know why, but I thought I needed pliers to get that out, but I didn't. And we put on the single barrel. I had a longer single barrel than this, but the rubber dart actually got caught in it, so it's jammed and I need to get it out, so I'm just using this one for now. The rocket hits about 80 feet flat, and this, just a whistler, that is really powerful. This hits about, I measured it earlier, about 150 feet flat, so that's insane. And then of course, big bad bow arrows. Not ideal for this barrel because they're a little too small, the foam is, and there's a lot of dead space in here, but I just didn't feel like making another barrel for it. It gets really hard to pump, but big bad bow arrow. Those are getting somewhere in the ranges of 60, 70 feet. But those are really, really accurate. The Titan arrow is not as accurate. It sort of curves a little just because it's so big and the fins are a little funky. But this is so tight on the barrel that all the pressure actually makes it spin in like a perfect spiral every time. Just trying to shoot it past the camera. Probably couldn't see that. I'm just going to shoot it one more time because it's so much fun. But, and there goes the camera. That actually bounced off the wall behind the camera, knocked it over. Good thing I have a case for my iPod Touch. Alright, so that's the arrow. But those are dead accurate. I can hit anybody, even if they're moving away from 70, 60 feet. So that's really cool. And then of course I have a black long shot scope on here. I'm actually going to put an airsoft scope on here sometime soon. Or if I can find a cheap deal on a Nitron scope, because those look cool. But I'm going to get something that maybe zooms in so I can see people. And this gun is absolutely dead accurate. Like I already said this with the arrow, but the arrows are dead accurate. these Whistler darts, if you get a real good one, dead accurate. The missile not so accurate, but you know, it's a giant missile. You don't need to be accurate. You're just shooting it to show off. Shoot one of these past the camera. So, that's it. And I will make another video on this when I finish the turret for it. You can probably just Google SG Nerf modular PVC turret. You can find it on Nerf. You can find the write-up if you want to make your own. But I have to wait for my PETG because I ordered it off McMaster. Or I'm going to order it. I haven't ordered it yet. But, yeah. I think that's it. Actually, it's not it. One more thing. I am actually hosting a Nerf war in like a week. Or sometime around there would be the ideal spot for me. Because we live in Ohio, so it's already cold. And we don't want it to be too cold before I have this. Getting into winter, but I'm probably going to host a Nerf war a park near my house. So it's not a public Nerf war, it's just a couple of me and my friends. So we're going to be running around. I may be able to get footage from that. And another thing about cameras, I am actually looking at maybe buying a camera, not like a real expensive $200 camera or something like that, but just something to use besides my iPod Touch, because I'm not sure how the camera quality is, but it should be like 7 megapixels. It says it's HD, but it doesn't look like it. So I may get a new camera, one that can finally be mounted on a tripod right. So, yeah. Do I have anything else to add? I think I do. So yeah, stay tuned for this and the paint job and the turret and the flashlight integration. This thing will be so awesome by the time I'm done. Also, I'm looking at getting some batteries so I can finally finish the Stampede mod that I've been working on for, geez, who knows how long, but it's been a while. I just sort of put it aside, but it's cool. So yeah, that is my Titan and a Longstrike body. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for my other videos. See you guys.